Hello guys, and welcome to another lab session for our Azure administration study series. So this is lab number 5. So for lab number 5, we're going to implement interconnectivity between VNet. So before you start, make sure you have downloaded all the lab files required for this video. If you have not done so already, check the link below this video and go ahead and download those files. Right, so let's just look at what we're going to do today in PowerPoint. So the objective for these labs are this. First, we're going to provision the lab environment using a template. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin up 2 lab environments, one in region 1 and one in region 2. Region 1 will have 2 virtual networks, and region 2 will have just one. And then after, we will configure a local and global virtual network peering between the resource in the local, which is region 1, and then we also set up a global virtual networking from region 1 to region 2. So this is what we're going to do. There you have it. Then we move on to the testing of the interconnectivity. So we will just perform a series of tests to demonstrate that once we set up the peering, global peering, and also the local peering, it works accordingly. I hope you're excited as I am, so let's get to it. So first thing is that you have to go to portal.azure.com. Once you're on portal.azure.com, we need to get onto Cloud Shell. So to get to Cloud Shell, you click on this icon here, and that should open up momentarily. Right, so once that open up, make sure this one is in PowerShell. If it's not in PowerShell and it's in Bash, just click on this icon and select PowerShell. Once we are in PowerShell, we need to upload the files for lab number 5. So to upload the file, click on this icon here, and then click on upload and navigate to the directory where you have the lab 5 files. Okay, so once you're in this directory, you need to upload these files to the Azure platform. Okay, so the file has been uploaded successfully. So to check the files, just type in ls, and there you have it. These are the file. So we just want to run a few commands to set up various variables for our location. So I'll set up a variable for location 1 and another variable for location 2. So for location 1 variable, we start with location 1, and for location 1, this will be East US. I'll just put this one in East US. I'll just make them all in lowercase. And for location 2, I'll make it West US. And now let's set up a variable for our resource group as well. There you have it. Now let's run this command. So new AZ resource group. Okay, so that one is created successfully. So the next thing we need to do is to run a command that will create all the resources using the files that we uploaded, the template we have uploaded. So to do this, let's navigate to the manual. Okay, so lab number 5. So just click on lab number 5 and then scroll down. All right, so this is the code we're going to run to build our environment. So I'm just going to copy that and then go back to Azure and paste this in here. Okay, so that's all we need to do. You paste it in there, should do all the work. It will take a few minutes to complete. So once this is done, then lab number 1 will be completed. Okay, here we have it. We got all the resources now completed, so we should be able to see this one on our environment. To do that, let's go to resource group, and here you have it right there, AZ104-05 RG1. When you click on that, we should see all the resources in here. Let's close down the Cloud Shell, and here are the resources. There you have it here. So now let's proceed to lab number 2. Okay, so for lab number 2, we are going to configure a local and a global virtual network peering. So to do this, let's look for one of the network we have in this resource. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so we have a VNet 0. So click on VNet 0, and then under the settings, you should see peering right here. There you go. So click on peering and click on add. And we need to give this a name. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with the information. So bear with me. 05-VNet to AZ104-05-VNet 1. Okay, I just left something out. VNet 0. And for the traffic to remote virtual network, I'll set that one's allowed. For traffic forwarded from remote virtual network, I'll block that. And for the gateway, I'll leave that one as none. For the remote virtual network, we just have to give it a name. So this will be, just do it this way, AZ104-05-VNet 1, and this one is to AZ104-05 then -VNet 0. For the virtual network deployment mode, I'll select the resource manager. For ID, I'll leave this one as none. I'm not going to select it. Select your subscription. And for the virtual network, we will select our remote network, which is VNet 1. Here it is. For traffic to remote virtual network, I will allow that. For forward traffic, I will block that. And I'll leave this one as none. So that's it. And then click on add. So this will take a while to complete. It's completed, and as you can see right there, it's showing connected. So it's connected already to the other side. So I'm just going to add another peering. So click on the add again. And for this peering, we'll name this one AZ104-05-VNet 0 to underscore AZ104-05-VNet. This one is going to VNet 2. So the same thing as we did with the other settings. We'll leave this one as allow. We'll block this for gateway none, and we give a name for the remote side. So the remote side is AZ104-05-VNet 2, and then to AZ104-05-VNet, and this will be 0. Okay, so for resource manager, we select that. We leave the resource ID as none. We select our subscription. For the virtual network, we will select virtual network 2, and we will leave this one as allow, block, and none. Okay, so there we have it. It should be good to go. We click on add. Okay, so here we have it. This one is connected as well, showing us up and running. So now let's create another virtual peering between VNet 1 to VNet 2. So to do this, let's go back to the resource group using the breadcrumb at the top, and then we click on our resource group. We should find our VNet. Here you go, VNet 1. We click on VNet 1, and then under the settings, we should find peerings. We click on that, and we can see that the connection from VNet 0 is shown here as well, because once you create a VNet peering, it will create a corresponding connection at the other VNet as well. So now let's click on the plus icon here, and now we're just going to create a VNet 1 to VNet 2 peering. So let's give this a name. Alright, so as we did before, we leave this one as allow, the traffic to remote as allow, the forward traffic as block, and for the gateway, we leave that one as none, and we give our remote site a name as well. So this will be AZ104-05-VNet 2 to AZ104-05-VNet 1. For the deployment mode, we select a resource manager. We leave the resource ID as none. We leave this on check. Select your subscription, and then for your network, you select the VNet 2. and then we leave this one as allow, and then we block the forward, and for the gateway leave that one as none and click on add. Okay, so here we have it. This completes our task number 2. So now let's move on to task number 3. Okay, so for task number 3, we're just going to test the connectivity between the virtual network, because once you create peering, essentially it should allow that flow of traffic between the VNet and also between the VNet in a different region. So this task is definitely to test this scenario. So to do this, first of all, we need to jump onto a virtual machine that is in these resources, these virtual network. So let's go back to our resource group. Select the resource group. Let's find one of the virtual machines. So we will look for VM0. So VM0 here, we select that one. The VM0 is actually in VNet 0. So we click on connect, and then we download the RDP file and open the file, connect to it, and we just have to log in with the password and also the user details provided in the lab manual. So password, so once connected, we're just going to run a few commands to test the connection between these VNets. So first of all, we need to find the IP address of this virtual machine, the private IP address. So as you can see here, the private IP address for this one is 10.50.0.4, and the private address for the other ones I will show you. Let's go back to the resources. So this one is 51.0.4. So we will try to connect to this one, and let's check the other one as well. And this one is 10.52.0.4. So let's try to establish the connection to these resources. So let's bring up a PowerPoint. And let's test the connection. And there you have it. You can clearly see that this was connected successfully. As you can see here, pin succeeded, and it seems to be working fine. To make it more exciting, I'm just going to run the same command and add other parameters so we get more information in regards to this connection. So I will utilize port 3389, information level, and I'll make this one detail. There you go. And there you have it. You can see the connection was successful as well, and that went through fine with no issue. Alright, so now let's run another test to see if we can connect to the other virtual machine, which is actually in the other region. So let's run the same test, and we have to change the IP address to that resource. So this one is 52. So 10.52.0.4. Let's run the test. And there you have it. That succeeded as well. It went through with no issue. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is, we're just going to jump onto the VM1, and then we can also test the connection from that VM1 to see whether we can also establish this same connection. So let's navigate to our resource group, select the resource, and let's look for VM1. There you go. Under settings, click on connect, and let's download the connection file. So this is VM1 connection file. Let's connect to it, and as usual, use the information provided in the lab. Okay, so here we go. Let's bring up a PowerShell as well. And let's test the connection. So we're just going to run the same command as before. So test -net connect connection. And there you have it. They succeeded as well. The connection was successful, as you can see right there. So this is all the labs that we need to do. So we completed all the 3 successfully. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.